Hello, my babies. This is how me feed me crow breeders. I come here with some bread. I love to give them some food. I love to see them fly away. I love to know that today they're not going to starve. That makes me feel good, you know. Makes me feel great. You know, because of my actions, these little guys are going to be okay. Not going to starve for any good reason. For any little reason. I think they're rooks rather than crows. They've got a big plumage on the top of their head. A bit like a kind of helmet. And they've got a bit of a limp. Hope he's okay. There's one flying. I noticed that crows seem to fly with a bit of ground effect low down. They always use, they always tend to fly like within the first foot of the ground. Anyway, I think crows are wonderful. Crows are wonderful because they're sort of solitary creatures, which I can identify, but at the same time as being solitary, they require the company of others that also are rather solitary, you know. So, if you're like me and you're like a crow, don't worry, because there are others out there that are like you know, and you've got to find them, but at the same time, don't worry, because even when you do, you don't spend a lot of time with them, so it doesn't matter. We just need a little something. We just need to know that we're connected to them. Even if we're apart, there's a connection. I love coming here and I love feeding crows, and it's something that makes me feel okay, you know. So I recommend you find something that makes you feel okay as well. You know, something which is a small act of giving that just makes you feel good and better about yourself and about the world and about the world that you live. So here is the beginning of today's videos. The topic later will be quite heavy. It's going to be suicide. So we're going to tackle that. I'm going to go to the place where I helped a person who was going to commit to the other side before their time. And I helped them to realise that it wasn't their time. And I'm going to give myself credit for that. And we're going to see the beauty and bounty of that today. Peace and love. Let's get it done. Not exactly the prettiest place in the world, this. I was walking past here and I saw someone leaning over this. Leaning over and didn't look right. They were actually at this specific bit right here. They were on the top and their toes were poking over. And I was walking past, actually, was I walking past there? I must have been. I was walking past there, saw the person hit, and I thought it didn't feel right, you know. So I come walking this way, and I shout to them, "Are you good?" And they didn't answer me, and I shouted some joke like, you know, "Thought that would hurt, mate," or whatever, if you jumped. And I didn't even blink, and it just stunk, man. So I got the lift up here, and I come up here and I look here and they're not here, and a part of me thinks, well, maybe they're just someone in a car hanging out, you know. So I walk over to the other side, which is round the corner. In fact, I walk over there first, and I'm enjoying the trees, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, you know, I really hope that person ain't over the other side. So I walk, lo and behold, I do find them, and they're there, and they're leaning over again, and so I walk up to the railing that you see in the far, and I say, I'm doing this because the wind sounds probably annoying you right now, and whatever I do is probably annoying you, but listen man, this is worth it. This is so worth it for you to recognise what happened here about 2 weeks ago. Honestly man, this made me who I am, and it's going to help you who you are as well, believe it or not. But anyway, here they are. They came here and they're looking, and I say to them, you know, like, if they jumped, it would create such a mess, and people are going to have to pick up that mess, and that's dreadful. That's going to be an afternoon's work, you know what I'm saying? I'm joking. It was a very poor joke. It was just something to kind of lower the mood, lighten the mood. They were right here, and I spent some time to kind of get their head around the idea that what they're doing is kind of crazy. I was in myself a bad position. If I had done anything silly, I wouldn't be there to say to them that they're doing something silly, you know? We're passing a parcel of survival to one another, you know? And if you're listening to this, it's probably because you really, really need somebody to tell you that there's more to life than what you're feeling. There's more to life than what you've experienced thus far. And it's brought you here. It's brought you to your knees. It's brought you to the point that you can't go on. You can't go on because your universe and you are working, not against you though, but they're working to change your environment and your whole life. We misidentify that as the universe is trying to kill us. The universe is trying to pressure us into doing something silly, you know? Here's my safe zone, and now I've got enemies in it. Here's the safe person, and now they're an enemy. Here's my only refuge, and now it's something that is contributing to my situation, which sucks, and I hate it, and there's no way out, you know? And the only way out, it seems, is drastic measures, you know? And I'm here to tell you that that's just the way that we feel, but the way that we feel isn't always true, isn't always helpful, you know? And so I just want to reiterate some things that I said to this person, in the hope that it helps yourself. One thing is, we all have people and things that require us to be here. So I said to this person, you know, do you have a pet? Do you have a dependent? Do you have anyone? This person said they had a dog. So don't let the dog be alone. The dog needs you. The dog requires you. You know, if you were that dog and you needed you around, you would need you. I know I kind of lost the point on that one, but you get the idea. You know, don't do it, because we need you. All right, we need you, and somebody is going to be in the position that you're in, so that you can be in the position that I am in and help them. Even if it's just 2 weeks from now, you say, hey listen, 2 weeks ago I wanted to finish myself, you know, and now I'm not, and I'm giving you the message. We're passing this parcel of survival on, you know, we're passing this parcel of survival on. It's absolutely a beautiful mission. It's a beautiful mission, you know. The people that have put you in this place, the people who have crushed you, didn't know what they were doing. You see, those people, they operate like that because they have their own issues. You see, people, they only want to banish others when those others undermine them. See, if someone has got a problem with you for the way that you look, for the way that you are, you walk in a room and they've got a problem with you, you've stripped them of something without even trying. That's the issue. Without trying, without lifting a finger, you've undermined these people to the point that they get so uptight, they get so funny, and they have to dethrone you. they have to chop your building down to make their building higher. Here's another aircraft. Flying I, flying soar, I touch the sky. I and I. We touch the sky because we are on our knees right now in the dirt, and we need to fly high. Our spirits have the capacity of flight, of infinite exploration, and yet we find ourselves in an urban hell, and we focus on the grey, and we focus on the grimness, and we say, this is us, yeah, this makes sense to us, this is me, you know. Or we focus on the greenery, we focus on nature, we get out in it, we experience life, we test our theories. Are the people that we are told that are so wrong, that evil, that bad? Or is it actually that the bountiful glory of the universe is found in interacting with those that we have been told are our enemy, and finding in what we believed hatred, we find a new unity? So if someone's got a problem with you, it's their problem, you know? Don't destroy yourself because some other person needs to destroy a self that isn't working for them. And that's what it boils down to, okay? If you're crushed, then it's because you're a sensitive person. Now, we're told that being sensitive is like the worst thing that we could do, the worst thing that we could be, okay? No. Being sensitive is real. We're all sensitive creatures, but we're all crushed into becoming something harder. My analogy for sensitivity is this. Thermal imaging cameras are remarkably impressive things, okay? A thermal imaging camera can see someone in the complete darkness, in mist, in fog, you name it. It can see someone miles away, can't even see their physical form, it sees them through their heat emanations, okay? How marvellous. Night vision. The power of beyond a mortal. What mortal can see for miles in the dark? There's a reason we cannot see in the dark. If you were a thermal imaging camera and you were chucked in a tool bag full of hammers and spanners, okay, then those hammers and spanners are going to feel pretty damn inadequate compared to your absolutely impeccable, unique qualities. And people don't like to feel inadequate, and neither do hammers or spanners. It turns out. Peace to the people in the plane. Peace. I wish all of your fears and anxieties are utterly unjustified, and you have a lovely day and a lovely life, and it works out for you. This is my blessing. I'm going to have to do that because I live near an airport. I have to do that quite a bit. We're going to bless people in aircraft as a part of this channel. I hope you're ready for that. Sensitive things are amazing, but they are rare. You put something rare with something common, put something fascinatingly unique with something very common, something that requires its no problem with it. If you identify it as being common, that's fine. Whatever you identify with, that's fine, for as long as it serves you. I don't have any prejudice about anything. Just allow yourself to be unique. Do your friends allow you to be unique? Do family allow you to be unique? Walk your own path, because nobody's going to let you be who you are. Nobody let me be who I am. Nobody can let you make the world a better place, man. We're all saying, no, it's all, what do you want to make the world a better place for? Don't you understand that the project is construction? We've got to make the world grey as possible. We've got to make as much money as possible. And then what? And then what? And then what are we going to pass into? We're travellers. We're travellers that travel beyond life. We're travellers that absorb flesh and wear it for a time. So when we're bored of the flesh and bored of the money, then what? Money is just a form of energy. It means less than we need it to. Anyway, look. was on about thermal imaging cameras, and I felt like I was onto something there, so let's go back. Come on. If the hammers and spanners in that toolbox feel inadequate, they're going to make you into a hammer. Okay? Now, a thermal imaging camera, you can use that to hammer tent pegs into the ground. You know what I'm saying? You can use that perfectly well to hammer tent pegs, to hammer nails into wood, hammer all sorts of stuff, you know? But at the end of the day, it's not going to be useful as a thermal imaging camera anymore, because you've smashed its uniqueness out of the equation. It has become like every other hammer, and all the hammers are going to feel pretty okay about that. But altogether, society no longer has the capacity to look into the night and see others, and thus we blind ourselves. We hurt ourselves as a people by trying to destroy the unique. And we only do that because we destroy the unique in others. We are sort of encouraged to mock others who are different in any way. And it becomes a downward spiral where no one is allowed to enjoy anything. Oh, you're that guy that plays the blooming guitar, aren't you? That gay lord. Oh, you're that guy that paints, aren't you? Oh, that gay painting thing. Oh, he's that gay guy that wears something apart from what we all wear all the time. It's so limiting and sad, and it's just weak and cowardly, ultimately, for people to run around fighting being different. Nature is about abnormalities. Nature creates mutations. That's how we got here. If it were not for things being different, we wouldn't be here. Differences are what make us. Okay? You show me a normal person, and I'll show you someone who's better than anyone at lying to you about what makes them unique. You know? Normality is the greatest mental illness. I always say that mental illness is something that we all have, but the greatest mental illness of all is normality, because people believe that there's a kind of collective understanding about what we all do and what we all are. In a sense there is, but it requires us all to deny something about us that makes us unique. That's why so many people are homophobic, because those around them don't give them the license to be gay. If people could be gay for a day, they'd get it over with and realise, oh man, I should have just experimented when I was super young. Then no one would care, and it'd be out of my system. But I still see people who are homophobic in their 30s and their 40s when they were clearly gay as youngsters. Clearly. Dude, do it, get it over with. It's 2025 now. Nobody even cares, man. If you were flipping gay, it would be like, you're coming out. Well, one, we knew you were gay since you were flipping 12, and B, 1B, it's 2/A, 0.5. Nobody cares. It's 2025. Who cares? Oh, I'm gay. Who cares? If I told you you're gay, if I told you I'm gay, why would you care? Even if you cared, that says more about you than it does about me, because I'm free. We're all free to be what we want. You're free to be what you want. If anyone hasn't let you be free, I'm letting you be free, man. We've got to do it. It's better to just be happy. Follow happiness, follow the lightness, follow easiness, you know. We're so hard. Oh, our parents were hard to us. We have to be hard. You know, it feels right to follow the footsteps of hardness. When we first get bills, it feels right. You feel like, isn't life hard? We feel like it's right to say the same things that our parents did. Bills. Isn't it hard? Isn't it, this, that. Anyway, listen, I'm in the urban jungle right now, and wouldn't it be nicer and better if we took this to the greenery? Gives me a chance to think of some other things I said to this person. I don't want to leave anything unsaid. So let's do that. Peace. No, it's alright. Cool, man. I love the sound of water hitting the ground, hitting the water. Sound of water hitting water. It helps my thoughts a lot. Water hitting water. Remember that sound and remember this. This is what helps me when I can't stop thinking about bad stuff. It's that slapping sound. That slapping sound. Water is cleansing. Water is so cleansing. Ablution is ritual cleansing. Time near water and remember what it's all about. Partners. Sometimes we can find ourselves with the wrong partner, someone that's not good for us. We can find ourselves with narcissists. We can be in a situation of narcissistic abuse whereby we're not allowed to be ourselves, you know. And the only way out is to have boundaries. You see, when you have boundaries, you have your own rules. If someone goes beyond your rules, then you go your own way. There is a point when, as a shy, a meek person, you will stand up for yourself. And then those around you will say, well, hang on a minute, you were quite useful to me when you were a shy little timid thing. Actually, I would quite like you to be that again, if you wouldn't mind. And you say, well, no, I don't actually want to do what you want. My life isn't doing whatever you want, making you feel happy. We find ourselves doing what others want all the time, you know? And we need to find our own way. And that means our own failures. That means what it means. Okay. Don't hurt yourself. Okay? You're here for a reason. The reason is you're going to help someone. That someone is going to make the world perfect, brand new, special. I might be telling that person right now, the person that's going to go to make life better for us all, you know, heaven on earth. That's the mission, that's my mission, heaven on earth, you see. It seems to me like we live in hell. Now, a lot of people won't agree with that. A lot of people have families, a lot of people have everything they want, everything they need. To them, they're in paradise. But let's not consider that hell is a paradise for a few. For a few demons at the top. I'm sure hell is perfect, you know. And perhaps it is that hell isn't fire and brimstone, but it is this physical place that we find ourselves in. Perhaps these billionaires are like the demons that administrate hell, you know. For them, they can profit exponentially on the backs of us, our labour, our poverty, our suffering, you know. The billionaires, they've made the world how they want. And the spirit of economics, be it capitalism or any other. I'm not a big, you know, I'm not cursing capitalism because it got us here. However, perhaps here isn't the ultimate place, and in fact, you know, perhaps capitalism gets us so far and then it becomes vestigial where it realistically can go no further. It seems to me that in the last 10 years, peace to the people in the plane. And peace to you, my friend. Hey, you're struggling and you're suffering. You You've been through it all. You've been through so much, but you're here now, okay? You're here now, you've made it. I want to tell you something quite special, just a little sideline to what I was saying. But this is your power. You needed help, you looked for help, you found help, you're getting help, okay? You did that through your own being. Your mind, body and soul manifested what you need. But first it manifested what you really didn't need, okay? And that's what we're going through right now. Experiencing a state of, this is not what I need. But what we don't need illuminates us to what we do need. It's like flicking a coin. Sometimes you can't decide what you want to do, so you think to yourself, yeah, I'll flick a coin. And then when you flick a coin, it's not the answer that you want, but at least you know the answer that you want, you know? So, we're in it, we're doing it. The mission is this, heaven on earth, okay? It seems to me the hell on earth thing is a kind of collective ramification of our collective selfishness, you know? The selfishness of the billionaires. We think we can be a billionaire. We try and do the same things. We've got the cars, we've got the new build houses and all the rest of it, but we're no happier. The world's in no better a place. What are we going to do? You know? What we're going to do is we're going to create heaven on earth, first in our mind. Heaven on earth is a place where there is no poverty, there is no homelessness, there is no greed, okay? Just a nice middle band where there is not too little and not too much. No one has too much, no one has too little. We all have enough, okay? No one has a right to be jealous that we give those who never had enough something, you know? Because a lot of it revolves around jealousy, around our own feelings. Feeling is at the heart of this whole thing. You know, what we feel, we believe. But feelings don't equal truth, you know? If feelings were true, then we could never be wrong about anything, you know? We feel that someone who doesn't look okay isn't okay. We feel that someone who does look okay is okay. And we're wrong. We're blindsided. Blindsided. Blessings to the people on the plane. About 130 odd people on that plane probably. And I wish them all peace. I wish them all an end to the suffering. Well, I don't know. Suffering is here for a reason to teach us. Suffering, we experience more and we learn and we grow more from a week of suffering than we do for 10 years. And so here is my message of peace and of love to you, everyone, and all the people that are crushing you into dust, okay? Here's what we need: forgiveness. I forgive you, I forgive those people. You must forgive yourself, forgive your universe. We cannot get better while we feel bad on ourselves and while we feel bad on the universe. If we're trying to get revenge, we're thinking about revenge. We cannot move on. If we're trying to feel bad about it all, we're depressed, we can't move on. Forgive yourself for feeling those ways. Forgive those people for being such children, you know. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Forgive them. We have to forgive them. Forgive ourselves for feeling this way. Forgive yourself 100%, and tomorrow you can wake up and be a new person because you have no baggage. You have no baggage, and it doesn't matter about a thing, you know. And I free you of everything. I free you of everything that you need to be freed of, and I let you be anything that you want to be. Because I love you. I love you more than anyone has ever loved you. Because I can let you be free in a way that no one has ever let you be free. What happened to you to get you to this point? I'm sorry about it. You know? I'm sorry about them. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. 100%. And we can move on. We can move on. When you realise that you are here with a message, with a mission to make others realize that their suffering is for a reason. It's to make them grow into the person that they are. We won't stop suffering until we start on our mission to make the world a better place, make heaven on earth through one small good deed at a time. It doesn't matter what we do. I go out with the express intention to feed a crow some bread. I watch it eat. I know that it's going to not die of starvation because of my efforts, and I watch it fly away. And that makes me fly away. That makes my heart soar into the sky. It makes my soul soar into the sky. It makes me soar. I soar. Now I'm flying high with the birds. Now I touch the sky. Now I'm closer to the burning, blinding, shining light, which I identify with. I shine warmth and illumination to you and in you to be with you at all times. I shine love in 360-degree direction at all times. Sometimes I burn up, sometimes I burn out. I rest 100%, and then I'm free to give 100%, and I'm here to do that until I cannot. And when I cannot, you will. And when you cannot, those who you inspire will. Yes? So that's why you're here. You are special. Those who mean to crush you will tell you you're special in time, because they're just children. Here's why you shouldn't be angry with your universe, no matter what it does to you. It's but a child. It's but an ignorant child, and it doesn't know any better. It really doesn't. So we've got to give it compassion and forgiveness, because you can't be angry at something which is so ignorant that it conceals itself in illusion. The universe is an illusion. The self, it is an illusion. The ego, it is an illusion. If the ego is an illusion, if the self is an illusion, if the universe is an illusion, then what are we? What is it? It's all one. One great big illusion, one great big lesson. So remember that the surface level truth is not the ultimate truth. How things feel and seem, that's not the ultimate representation of truth. Truth always lies underneath the surface level. Truth lies underneath the surface level. The truth is quite often the opposite of that which it displays. Maskirovka, the Russians say. It's all things conceal their true identity. All things conceal a reality which is ultimately opposite to that which they display. You know, this is why they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Appearances can be deceiving. This is the truth of nature. This is why we have to examine things and go beyond the surface level. You know, those who are homophobic should explore their centre, which seeks to explore homosexuality freely. If we were given the chance, we would do that, and there would be no issue, no anger in it. It's just those around us, they need to see that anger from us. Peace and love. Hey, this is the first proper time I've gotten out into the nature, into the public, to do this. I feel great. I'm going to put this up tonight, no matter how stupid it makes me look. I'm not at my best. I know the microphone's going to sound windy. I know that my voice is going to sound cloggy, clumpy, weird. Yeah, I haven't got a very good voice for recording. I haven't got the words, but it doesn't matter. The message is more important than anything. Whatever mockery people can do on me, one, says more about them. Yeah, if they're wasting their time mocking me, they can waste their time. it's just childish, and childish attitudes need to be gotten out. So okay, get it out, whatever, I don't care. I love you, man. I love you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna go making heaven on earth through one small good deed at a time. Big deeds. The day I walked out to help, the day I walked out and I talked someone off of jumping, I just went out with the will to help, but help pigeons and crows. And if anyone else wanted a chat, then I was there for them. And I walked past and I saw someone about to jump, and I was fully loaded with good things to say. Greetings. Only slightly. No, I'm making a short video.
Sorry?
Making a short video.
Oh.
Yeah, that's alright. Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. And isn't life beautiful? Isn't life great? Isn't life a wonder? I've got in the way of so many people today. This is a special, sacred place for many people. And so really, 10 or 20 minutes in that space, you know, well, I'm taking it. I have the right to be in a space. Remember, you have a right to be in your space. But remember that we have a duty to share this world with all as well. So, for every place that you go to, leave it in a better condition. Take a little rubbish with you. It's always a good thing. In the heart of a ghetto, everyone wants to make it worse. They feel this is the way it should be. No. One small good deed at a time will make this place amazing. Make it beautiful. Make heaven on earth. Love arrows, man. Yes, love. Hey man, I've got so much positivity to give to you, and this is just day one. This is just day one. Okay, maybe I'll try and do a daily one, but we'll work on that. But this is my message. Get in touch with me if you are in a pickle. Peace and love. Maybe I'll do another one today. Here I am again. Yeah, so why am I so happy about this? Yeah, because you're not going to feel great about this moment, I know that, okay? It's a tough moment, and you're feeling like crap, okay? Why am I happy? Because I know something that you don't, and that is you're thinking about things in terms of this is the end, I've got to make it bad, I've got to make it worse, I've got to go and drink, I've got to go and put myself in a position that I can't get out of. I absolutely got to make it just terminal for myself, okay? You're feeling bad because that's the trajectory that you've been on. I feel good because I know full well that this is the first day of the rest of your life, okay? It doesn't feel like it, okay? Tomorrow is not necessarily going to feel like it either, but, and I know I'm kind of aggy and I'm kind of stressing at you a bit. Peace, man. Peace, peace, peace. I'm sending you the love. I'm sending you the energy to get through tonight, get through tomorrow morning, okay? Here's what I wanted to say. Self-destructive behaviours, alright? You're gonna, even if you survive this moment, you're gonna go onto your phone, you're gonna go onto the whatever media, and you're gonna fill your head with everything that's going wrong in the world, okay? The news shows us everything that's going wrong in the world. Doesn't seem to show us everything that's gone right in the world, you know? And it's a bit like Bruce Almighty when he Jim Carrey is playing the role of an individual who believes that he could do a better job than the creator itself. So what he does is, or what the creator does, is gives this person, this mortal, the conditions of immortality in the case of the creator, whereby they can be aware of all of the prayers, for example, all of the good, all of the bad, but it's a bit like with the news, we only hear the bad. We only hear the bad that's going on. We don't hear the good. We don't hear about who got married. and the lovely time that they had when they got married, and we didn't hear about the lovers that met today, and we didn't hear about the laws that were passed that were brilliant, and the new thing. We didn't hear about these people who turn their back on fascism or racism or homophobia or anger or being mean to others or anything, and they just focus on themselves. Or this, this geezer was a complete nutter before. Today he's picked up some paintbrushes and he's painting a pretty picture, and he feels great, and all his mates are going to take the piss, and he says, I don't even care. I'd rather not have friends if friends are going to take the piss out of me when I paint a pretty picture. Self-destructive attitudes are going to force you into this place, alright? They have done that already. Self-destructive attitudes contribute to putting you down, and good people are at the heart of that. And by the way, I've only ever met cool depressive people who are up against it. Okay, I've never met someone who's up against it who wasn't super cool, super interesting, creative, different, unique, utterly what the planet needs. Do not allow yourself and your nature and your uniqueness to be crushed out of you by the normal who believe that the trick to life is by being normal. Newsflash, the more normal you are, the more you're hiding things. That's all. Okay. The leader of the KKK, he was caught having gay sex with a black transvestite, okay? Transgender person. What does that tell you? It tells you that they who shout the loudest probably have got the most going on inside. Yeah? If someone's hysterical, the issue is historical. Don't live your life according to the absolute madness of others. The childish behaviours of others. Because it all revolves and relates to early childhood, when we were learning about ourselves and how to be. And we weren't allowed, many of us, to just be free. And so it continues to the day. You're in this situation because you're cool, not because you're anything but cool. Believe me, I've never met anybody. Peace to the people on the plane flying high. I hope that the people on that plane go on to do some brilliant things for the peace of the world. I really do. Hey, do you mind if I have a sip of coffee, dude? Man. It's a heat wave too, but it's so worth it. Man, I love you. I'm positive because I know full well, and I'm even smug about it. I'm a smug guy. I'm going to be smug because I know that we win. Positivity wins. If positivity didn't win, negativity wouldn't have to use all of the cheap tricks that it does. Okay? Many cheap tricks. And we don't subscribe to them. All we do is we smile and we give. And we look out for others. And sooner or later, they'll go, oh man, you were right all along, man. Hey, I just needed that love. I just need the love now. Because everybody needs it. We're all human. We're not rocks. Strength, weakness, hardness, softness. Hard things are brittle. Soft things are yielding. Be like water, Bruce Lee famously said. He famously took it from Taoist philosophy. In that water can be like anything, and you can be like anything if you wish. It's good to be like water. Water can take on any shape. You see the shape of a glass, water can take that shape. The shape of a teapot, the water can shape into the shape of a teapot. Water can move mountains with time, Water moves around. It moves around the hardest objects. It penetrates the hardest objects. Water fills and imbues all things with life and positivity. Water gives life to all things. It has no favourites, it has no enemies, it gives to the lowest to begin with, and it fills the lowest up to the top until it can be filled no longer. When something is full completely, it can only be empty when it is used completely. So use all of your energy firstly into getting better, doing what you have to do to get better. Here is what I want for you to do in the next few weeks. Save up some money. Okay, if you're an addict, I want you to save up some money beyond your addiction, or even just blow that addiction money on a shirt and a meal and a little book. You're going to go shopping one day. You're going to go shopping for yourself. You're going to treat yourself the way that millionaires and billionaires treat themselves. You're going to get whatever you want. You're not going to cheap out. You're going to get the shirt, the thing that you want, the dress. You're going to look dazzling and you're going to look different. I want you to stretch yourself. Okay, it's hard. You don't feel like you deserve it. When I first went shopping for a shirt, I was in my late teens. I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I was worth it. I thought I should just wear t-shirts, wear hoodies, whatever, forever. But part of me said, hang on, I feel like doing it. I just feel like doing it. I'm feeling, well, no, but that's what all the cool people do. That's what all the suave people do. That's what all the people with amazing chicks, fast cars and fantastic lives do. That's not me. That's not me. I'm just some loser. They were some loser too, until they decided to go shopping for a shirt, to go shopping for a fast car, go shopping for a new life and a new identity. Be what you want. If you forgive yourself and forgive others, forgive the universe, then tomorrow you wake up, you don't have to wear the same stuff because you're over it. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Who cares? Who minds? I care about you, but I don't mind what you wear. Be crazy. Be daring. Be bold. Be different. If you're in a place where you can't, then be out of there. You know what I mean? Do what you can to survive, because this is survival and we need you, okay? Don't just plummet and don't just rid the world of yourself because some people who can't be themselves hate the fact that you do, okay? You undermine people by showing up. They say all this stuff about you, you don't have to say anything to upset them. They're flipping in bits because you're there and you ain't dripping like they are. They're on the floor, a puddle, and you're just, hi, how you doing? Yeah, cool, great. Why are you so weird with me? Every place I've ever been to, at one part of my life, people couldn't handle me. Why? I'm smiling. And they think my life's easy because I'm smiling. No, my life's every bit as hard as anyone else. But I wear it with a smile, so I don't need to bring anyone down. Hey, we've all got to elevate ourselves, man, and get ourselves out, get each other out. One person starts to feel better, the rest descend on them and chew them up. That's not the way it should be. We should all help ourselves out. This is the belief that we all have to kind of compete against one another, Nature was a competition 3 million years ago, but we've been human for millions of years. We've been Stone Age for 2.5 million years. We've been modern humans for nearly 100,000 years. But we're still children. We're still cavemen. And we still rely on the opinions of others to feel okay. Why? Okay, rely on this opinion. You're cool. You're worthwhile. Alright? Don't listen to the opinion of fools. Listen to the opinion of the wise. Become wise. Teach yourself. That's what I am trying to do. Through these videos, I will teach you how to teach yourself. I will show you how to heal yourself, or to find the healing. But, you know, I'll never say rely solely on me. I'll never say anything like that, because it's about you. I taught myself everything, so you can teach yourself everything with the right guidance and the right mentoring. I know I've got a bit of a attitude right now. Just trying to get it all out and just trying to have everything said, you know. Self-destructive things, mindsets, you know, very important to recognise, because they contribute, you know. We wake up in the morning and we watch the news, and that brings us down. We're in a solemn mood now. We can't be happy because we just watch people get blown away or heard about some terrible stuff. We can't readily be okay with that. So now we have to move through that, move through a sad thing, excuse me. So our morning is a sad thing. We have to move into the afternoon, having gone through the sad thing. Now we're happy again, but you know, okay, we get a bit bored. And then we're sad after we've looked at the thing that makes us not bored anymore. And let's say we've had enough of that and we want to escape. Well, the escapism, that upsets us. Whatever we do, we might read a lot of ladies like to read novels about people who've had abuse in their lives. A lot of dudes like to play violent games. All of these things, they don't exactly help. All they do is they put us in more and more of a stressed state, which we have to do other things to get out of. Those things, so you've watched the news and that stressed you out, so you've read a novel to unwind and then that stressed you out, so now you're kind of pretty damn stressed about stuff, so you had a little glass of red wine and now you can't settle. You can't settle, you're a bit pissed. You're thinking about what happened in the morning, you're thinking about what's happening in the novel, and then someone gives you some shtick, or your partner is in the middle of things, or they need a bit of understanding. Oh, you don't care, because I've got my own things, I've got my own problems, I've got my own feelings. Those feelings have brought up something in the past, and now I need to get over that stuff in the past. Cycle, carry it on tomorrow, carry it on the next day. We cycle and cycle. Don't cycle. Don't. We need to reject these things. We need to reject these things, you know. Reject these things and you'll be happy. I'm happy. Check the news once or twice a week if you have to. But not every day. We need to protect our energy. Our energy must be protected. Just waiting for a couple of people to go past. Here's some people, and I'm going to show you why you don't need to worry about being silly. Whoa, whoa, shine, shine like a star, shining so bright, the star that you are. Whoa, whoa, shine into the future, burning so bright, wherever you are. You know, I can't sing at all, but I sang for this lady. And she didn't notice and she didn't care, and that's why people don't care or mind and shouldn't if you're going to display you as you. Be you. People will respect you for it, you know. Be nothing, no one will respect anything. All those people that we respect had the cojones, had the huevos to go and do it. So you go and do it. Go and be. And those people who are cutting you apart, one day they're going to be like, wow, man, you're something. And they're going to be in the gutter, needing your help. And there ain't nothing wrong with being in the gutter. It's where we start. It's the only place to start. Hey, you should really consider giving a piece of bread to a crow tomorrow. Go out for a walk, feed some ducks, and one step after another, we're going to learn that we are here to help others, even if it's helping a crow, even if it's talking to a person, a homeless guy, you know. The trick to giving, even if it's so small, is tactical timing, strategic timing, man. We've got to give, you know, sometimes the smallest thing is the most needed thing if it's at the right time. You know, oh, if only I had a paper clip, I could fix this silly thing. Sometimes the smallest, most peculiarly, infinitesimally useless thing can really help someone at the right time. So we need to be outside and present. We need to be present in our lives. It's hard if we have chronic illness, you know. I have chronic illness, can't always be out and present. But for when I am, I can. For when I can, I am. You know. So don't kill yourself in trying to get there. You know. You need to let yourself off the hook in a big way. All right. Let yourself off the hook. Stop beating yourself up. Take things at your own pace. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to others. That's gonna lead to bad things. You are unique. I'm unique, right? I'm nothing like others, and others think I'm terrific. All right? They think I'm the most unique thing, and it's brilliant. All right? Might rub people up the wrong way, and those people have got their own problems. You can't please everyone all the time. You're gonna make it. Just give yourself the best chance in every moment. Okay? Choose the positive voice over the negative voice. Feed the positive wolf. Love. Don't neglect the negative wolf. Love it. Forgive it. Give it love. It's a child. It's a childish you. So you can't hate it. You have to love it. Okay? Same with those childish people. Yeah. They're just children. You know? And they almost know no better, really. Just distance yourself because you can't fix them. You know? But most importantly, forgive yourself. Forgive the universe. It is but a child. It is ignorant. You are but a child. Your feelings are childish. Your feelings are irrational. My feelings are childish. I am childish. I am irrational. And I'm in it. I'm in the game. I'm with you. We're going to do it. You're still here. I hope you feel a bit better. I hope you feel connected. I want you to feel connected. I want you to be part of the mission, part of my club, part of my unique mission to make the world a better place. Heaven on earth is going to be a reality. We're going to think it into reality. We're going to make it into reality. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be full of cool people like you and I. And the silly billies, they'll learn too, don't you worry. So we'll finally give a message of peace and love to the people in the plane. I wish them a very easy landing, good winds, nice smooth touchdown, nice easy administration through the boarding checks, and many good returns and many blessings, and the same to you. I really hope we make it. This is way longer. I'm just going on now. I hope you get a lot from it. I hope my tone hasn't been too weird. I hope my voice hasn't been too weird. Screw it. Screw all of that. Doesn't matter. I'm being like how I was, okay? Worry. What are people gonna think? You know, I wanted to make these videos 20 years ago, but I didn't. And now I am. Don't wait 20 years. Okay. This is fellow student signing out. Peace. Peace.